I did not want to talk about this activist, but here we are. You might recognize this guy pretending to be a trans woman. His videos are always going viral. I have no idea why, but he blocked me on TikTok. But I saw this video on X and I have to talk about it.
I get a lot of questions about how gender can just be assigned at birth. How do you assign a gender? This is how. So when we're born, we're assigned one of two different sugar packets. There's the pink one for girls and the blue one for boys.
Sex isn't assigned. Gender, same thing, isn't assigned at birth. Doctors aren't guessing babies' genders. They're observing it, recognizing it. Because gender, well, sex, same thing, is a fact, not a social construct.
The way they determine which sugar packet you get is an educated guess based on your body. So typically when people have bodies like mine, they will give you a blue sugar packet. Now, I held on to this blue sugar packet for many years and I never liked it. In fact, I always thought it was a terrible fit for me. I'm just not an equal person. In fact, I'm more of an enjoy person.
Wait a minute, right now you're talking about biological sex. And according to you, gender and sex are different. So how can you claim you're more of a female, a biological female, than a biological male, when your biology has nothing to do with your gender? According to you, males can be women, so make it make sense. Biological male was not a label someone wrongfully gave you when you were born. It's a fact about what you are. You were not assigned male at birth. You are a biological male.
But I was given the sugar packet. What am I supposed to do? Now here's the rub. You're given a sugar packet, but you actually have another sugar packet in your pocket that is your true sugar packet.
Dude, that's not how it works. That's how it works in Delulu land, but according to common sense, the real world, science, biology, your true gender is not woman. Your true gender is man. A man is a biological male, and a biological male is a man. So even though I don't believe you're trans, I believe you're appropriating the trans identity to get clout and validation. When talking about real transsexuals, you're still wrong about this. Using myself as an example, my true gender is not man. My true gender is woman. The entire reason why I'm trans is because my brain couldn't handle the fact that my true gender is woman. If my true gender is not woman, why the hell did I transition? If my true gender has been male all along, why did I even need to go on testosterone? Going on testosterone, getting top surgery, changed my body. But according to your ideology, your body has nothing to do with your gender. You can be a real woman while having male anatomy, while looking like a man physically, using your logic, and separating sex and gender is actually anti-trans.
So I, 27 years in, looked in my pocket and found out, ooh, the pink one was here all along. I actually am an enjoy pink sugar packet. So I got rid of the blue sugar packet, goodbye, and fully embraced myself as an enjoy sugar packet in 2024.
Are you talking about gender or sex in this case? Because the pink sugar packet represented being a biological female. And that's not an identity, that's not a gender identity you can feel in your head. And I also think you agree with me. Why try to change your biology if you're already a woman to begin with? Look, I can easily expose these people as ideologues, as frauds appropriating the trans identity, as fake trans people. If this guy, let's say, believes that he's a real woman, on the inside he has always been a woman, so he needed to transition to get this woman out of his body. He's literally cray-cray. Trans ideology only makes sense to people who are delusional. Anyone in my life should be really concerned if I claim there's a boy trapped inside of my soul, in my body, and it needs to come out like a genie. It makes sense to me that these people who fake being trans lie about what it means. They have no idea what it's like to be trans, to deal with gender dysphoria. I'm a biological female, my true gender is woman. What went wrong was how my brain made me feel about that fact. I know that gender-related discomfort doesn't make sense, but here's the thing. What you feel when dealing with a mental disorder, quite irrational. Clinical depression, anxiety make you feel irrational stuff. We already know this. So the same thing applies to gender dysphoria. If someone really wants to invalidate me as a trans person, claim that my true gender is man, but my body is unfortunately female, I think it's one of the most anti-trans things you can say. If my breasts didn't define my gender, why did I remove them? If my reproductive system didn't define my gender, why did I remove it? If you believe there's a boy trapped in my body, and that's the reason why I transitioned, you're not only stupid, that's Delulu, and just because I'm trans, no, let me rephrase. Just because I'm a gender dysphoric woman doesn't mean I'm delulu. Real transsexuals are not delulu. That's one of the biggest misconceptions. Maybe I should make an entire video about it. Let me know. I know, out of all people, that I'm a woman. Stop trying to affirm me as a man by acting like you're delulu, because I know you're not either. I'm not a baby, I'm not a child. I'm not crazy. You can actually talk to me about the truth. You can be honest with me. You don't have to pretend being delusional just to have a conversation with me. What's so interesting about this whole thing is trans activists who are not truly trans love to create new definitions, but also change the already existing ones. One example of this is the medical transition. They call it gender affirming care. So here's where I'm wondering, if sex and gender are two different things, if a real woman can be a male, a biological male, why go on estrogen that will change her body? How can estrogen affirm a trans woman's gender? If a real man can have big titties, how can the top surgery be a part of gender affirming care? I thought trans activists claim that you don't need to go through the medical transition in order to be a real trans. So a transition is gender affirming, but it's also not gender affirming? I don't get it. You know, I don't have an issue calling myself a woman on camera, because I don't think there's anything wrong with being a woman. I didn't transition because I hate women. I transitioned because my brain told me that I cannot be comfortable in my own skin while having female body parts, characteristics. A lot of people transition nowadays because they hate their own sex. Not only do these people deal with internalized sexism, they also deal with external sexism. And I'll definitely make a video about that too. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Remember to hit subscribe and the notification bell. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.